VigilanteWilliamson here with a very simple question, or rather an answer to a simple question. I had my last video, and that was, is Dr. Disrespect not like us? It looks like the answer is no, he's not, according to his own statement. We'll get into the statement because you may interpret it a different way. Dr. Disrespect, if you don't know, has had some allegations around him at least the past week or so, and he made a response to say there's a little bit of validity to those allegations. I made the first video and I had somebody call me slimy and all this, even though I was supportive of Doc. I was supportive of this guy, but I guess me and that commenter both learned a lesson, and that is, you gotta not have hero worship goggles. I'm cool with reporting things innocent until proven guilty, because I'd much rather do that than the other. And maybe now, knowing what I know now, I would have waited a little bit to report anything on it. But I don't care how small my platform is, and that wasn't really referenced in the comment, but I have a right to talk about whatever I want to talk about. And I'm commenting on something in this Dr. Disrespect story that a lot of people are commenting on. I know I'm rambling, I'm all over the place. Let's handle business and get into the video. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged, to share and subscribe. We are at 820 subs or around that amount. We're trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. If we get to 1,000 by the end of the summer, that would be better, but at least by the end of the year. So I'd appreciate it if you like this stuff. Please sub. Got a lot to talk about. And let's just get into a couple of the statements. Let's get into the first one. The first one was, this was actually the statement that I could have put in the first video. Like, listen, this is from Dr. Disrespect. And again, allegations of him talking to somebody who's young. That's why the "not like us" references in the video, maybe the thumbnail, maybe even the music background, depending on how the copyright gods are. He's been accused of talking to the youth. His first message was, listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch. And I just need to say what I can say, since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed, settled, nothing illegal, no wrongdoing was found, and I was paid Elden Ring Monday. This statement is why I supported him. Again, going back to the whole story, Dr. Disrespect, a few years ago, he was mostly known for Twitch. He got his Twitch contract canceled and kicked off of Twitch. Nobody knew why. Then this past week, a former Twitch employee said it was because of his interactions with the youth, and that's why he got kicked off. And then Doc, put out this statement over the weekend. When was it? It had the day. I'm a Twitter boomer. The 22nd, I believe that was Saturday. And as a result, this is what I ran with when I did my video. I said, you know what? He won a lawsuit against a multinational corporation like Twitch, which is backed by Amazon. Huge company, one of the biggest companies on earth. My figuring was that you don't win a lawsuit like that. I figured you don't win a lawsuit like that unless you have validity to his case. And it should be noted that maybe nothing illegal took place, because we got to read the second statement that Dr. Disrespect gave, which is why this video even exists. There's a lot to it. Let's get to the paragraph. Were there whisper messages, that was Twitch's platform to message people, to an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there intentions behind this messages? The answer is absolutely not. But here's another thing. Were these casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more? So he's admitting to having inappropriate messages with someone in 2017 who was a minor. Now, he says nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. That may be the case, but there's a difference between criminality and morality. And let's go back to, again, I mentioned this earlier at the beginning, this comment I got. This is my YouTube stuff from this Ducati 360. Said, if you were a fan, you wouldn't post on this 5 second of fame. I comment on this stuff all the time. This is actually the first time I got, You know, I've gotten some hero worship stuff, maybe with some of the boxing stuff. The first time I got this type of stuff, like, I'm not supposed to talk about this story. I'm just supposed to rah-rah support Dr. Disrespect, which ironically, if you watch the first video again, I'm supportive of Dr. Disrespect because I didn't have any evidence. I didn't know there were inappropriate messages with a minor, but that's what he's saying. And Twitter is trash, which, yeah, it is. Look, another closet troll. I'm a closet troll who can't even show my face. The vigilante thing is a persona. Plus, I want to be able to work and have a normal life regardless of this. I don't know if my channel's going to grow. It hasn't really grown. That's the next comment. He says, your channel won't grow because of this slimy stuff. So, sir, here's what I would say. What's more slimy, talking about this stuff or a guy actually having inappropriate messages with a minor in 2017? You tell me what's more slimy. I don't want to bash this guy too much. Like, again, I said my first video on this, I myself defended him. I didn't think any wrongdoing of any kind was afoot. But from his own messages, he had inappropriate messages for the minor. So, to Ducati 360, and there are people who like the post and people who thought similarly. I'm just somebody coming at their God, Dr. Disrespect. And again, I like him. I'm not trying to bash you for liking him. But we all learned a lesson in hero worship. Did we not? I don't care about the criminality of the situation, right? I care about the morality of the situation. And it's very immoral for somebody to have inappropriate messages with a minor when they're an adult. And as he said in his own statement, could have went further, not a father, a husband. And again, there was a lot of rumors, speaking of 2017, of him having cheated on his wife around that time. So he says no crime was committed. Maybe that was the case, but at least something inappropriate happened with a minor. So to the people who think, oh, I'm just some troll, or anyone who talks about they're just some troll trying to get internet clout. No. I'm not trying to get internet clout. I'm just trying to talk about stuff. I got the right to talk about, whatever I want to talk about. And that's what I do on this channel. There's no agenda. We don't have the same opinion all the time. This isn't like a anti-woke channel, which it has been in the past, or pro-woke channel, or anti-woman, or pro-woman, or anti-male, pro-male, or anything. Anti-black, anti-white, anti-anything, or pro-anything. We just take things as we see them. I'm talking like I'm Venom, but I just take things as I see them and give my opinion on it, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what I mean? If I could, do research and find out more information, present it, I do that as well. But this isn't because I'm trying to get clout per se. Yeah, I said I want the child to grow, but it's because it's a fucked up story. And I liked Dr. Disrespect before I heard this. I didn't say Dr. Disrespect had inappropriate messages with a minor. Dr. Disrespect said it. He said it himself. Maybe no crime was committed. I don't know. The only thing that can really vindicate him in any way, at least in my opinion, is seeing those messages themselves. We have to see what they are. If you care, I'm just going to leave the story alone. Unless there's something else dramatic that comes out with it. But I learned a lesson in hero worship per se. Not saying I worship this guy, but I definitely respected him. Part of being a persona is when you see guys like Dr. Disrespect exist. It's like, oh, you could be a persona. You could be something different. You can bring something different to the game as far as this social media thing with character and stuff like that. So definitely some inspiration behind a guy like that. And some influence certainly. And so you see that, you're like, damn, I like this guy's content. But then you hear about this and like, wow, that's really fucked up. It's really messed up. And it sucks that people have that hero worship spirit too. And then, like I said, I had it to myself. I'm not trying to even bash the guy who was bashing me. It's just like, man, I really thought this was a good dude. I guess, I gotta wait to see what happens next to see if he is. It's not for me to determine, who's good or bad. I'm not the most high, but you would like to think that this guy is a slime ball talking to the youth like that. And you know what? We've learned the lesson. very recently, man. You know, the song Not Like Us, which is about Drake and his predatory antics, have been referenced in a lot of this content I made because that was a revelation recently. There's been a revelation about Diddy. There's been a lot of revelations about celebrities, high-end celebrities over the years. You know, go back obviously to Weinstein, Epstein, Bill Cosby, lots of celebrities you hear about, R. Kelly, Clive Davis, if you know, you know. There's a lot of predatory stuff in the celebrity space. Dan Snyder for Nickelodeon got a lot of attention earlier this year. There's a lot of stuff that's very predatory in the greater entertainment space. Josh Giddey, who was also referenced in the last video. So it's all across the space, from sports to movies to music to TV. And you see there's some real sick fucks in this entertainment space. And I know the past 10 years for sure, the social media era has really destroyed the celebrity, right? The high-end celebrity, the movie star, the athlete, the musician, the pop star, the rock star, whoever. And we saw social media really attack them. What we're seeing with the Dr. Disrespects of the world, and if you follow, which I'm not too familiar with the brother's work, but what's his name? Destroy Lonely. He's an underground rapper, and he's having a lot of issues. Apparently he's on a predatory type of time, not taking no for an answer. Allegedly. I don't know enough about his situation. I talked about Ricada. We see that not only is there something predatory and sick about the high-end celebrities, and I'm not trying to discount what Dr. Disrespect was. Hell, he's losing connections to NFL teams. He was doing stuff with the 49ers, and you know, he had been in their promotional stuff, and you would see videos with him on the sidelines. Apparently they've totally cut ties with him. So I'm not trying to discount where Dr. Disrespect was, but he wasn't a movie star. He wasn't a pop star. So similar to, like I said, Destroy Lonely, talked about Nick Ricada. Apparently his kids tested positive for cocaine. We see these lower end celebrities, the social media celebrities, they got something to answer for too. You know what I mean? It seems like there's something sick about that space as well, unfortunately. And now you're like, well, geez, is there something just sick about the concept of entertaining, right? Like, is there just something that happens to the individuals who once they're staring down that type of attention, that type of admiration, that type of clout, that those intrusive thoughts get the better of them, leading to some very messed up and disturbing behaviors? That's the question I can't help to ask, even as a content creator who's not always, you know, I defended myself earlier against being like some sort of clout chaser. I just talk about stuff. Trust me, I could, you know, if I was a clout chaser, I'd be on Instagram and Twitter all day talking shit and, you know, trying to pump up my channel. I'm just not that type of personality. You know, I don't want to ever get down that road. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that type of person. If ever this channel does anything successful, there's something about success that makes people effed up. Like, was Dr. Disrespect always sick? Or because, and I'm not trying to say he's sick, but his statement said he sent inappropriate messages to a minor. Had inappropriate conversations with a minor. So that's what I'm going off of. Was he always that type of person, or he gets all this attention, gets all this clout because one of the biggest Twitch streamers, and then these opportunities present themselves and he then acts with impropriety in these spaces? I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. But we learned something about celebrity worship, hero worship, or just even celebrity admiration, hero admiration. And when, you know, this is just seems like every day you find out there's something sick about some celebrity or some high-end individual. And we're seeing it's not just the high-end individuals, those mid-tier individuals, those individuals who you wouldn't even think of as, you know, pop stars or rock stars or whatever. They are as susceptible to abuse and predatory and disturbing behavior as anyone else. So I've rambled and ranted quite a bit. What do you think of this whole situation? Do you think it's predatory, first off, to even talk about these situations with these individuals who are doing very messed up things? Do you think there is something cheesy or slimy or ignorant about having these conversations about these individuals, using them for clout? That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not the intention, but that is something, kind of a byproduct of talking about this sort of stuff. Even though, I again defend myself about that comment, I remember when I posted and uploaded the video and saw that there were so many other videos and all these other content creators, I couldn't help but to feel a little bit like, man, I didn't feel slimy making a video, but once I posted, realized it was like this big topic, which obviously it is. Not to disrespect, is a pretty big person in the YouTube and Twitch and streaming space, but it did feel like, I'm not trying to chase clout. Just like I said, all I do on this channel is talk about the stuff I want to talk about. That's it. That's why I don't have videos every day. I tried doing that for a little bit. I try to have a few videos a week, but I want to make videos just to make videos. If I don't have an interest in this subject, I'm not going to talk about it. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. And I do have an interest in Dr. Disrespect. I did like his content. Not going to be watching it anymore. And I'm sure not the only person. And I would like to see what messages were sent. If those messages ever see the light of day, that'll be interesting. Maybe that would change my perspective, because I want to know what inappropriate is. What is inappropriate? But yeah, is it inappropriate to talk about these things? Is it clout chasing? That's not my goal, but is it? And what do you think about Dr. Disrespect? What do you think about celebrities in general and their abusive tactics? And what do you think about not just the high end, the Diddys, the Drakes, the Weinsteins, the Dan Snyders, the whoever, not just those type of celebrities or entertainment, powerful people, but we're seeing the Dr. Disrespects, the Destroyed Lowleads, you know what I mean? The Nick Mercadas do crazy stuff. What do you think about that? If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. Even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching and thank you for your time. And real quick, before I say peace, shout out to Retro Richard, who is also in the comments of the original video. He called saying that no, he thought there was something predatory going on because of how common this stuff is. So I want to shout him out as far as those comments as well. All right, peace.